Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with other conspiracy/true crime reading. This time it's on a highly requested topic: is the Illuminati real? So, I guess we're just gonna see. I don't know what to expect in this reading. I don't even know if we're gonna get an answer. It's very experimental, very different. So I've done a lot of readings like these. I'll put the playlist somewhere around here. But remember, these readings are all alleged for entertainment only, and please don't come for me. And let's get started. Okay, so first question: is the Illuminati real? Okay, Eight of Wands is reversed. So a reverse Eight of Wands is a slowing down. The Ace of Pentacles, money reverse, so a loss of money. Two of Cups is a separation. Knight of Wands is inaction or inactive. So to me, do I think that there was at some point some sort of camaraderie or togetherness involved with Illuminati, quote unquote? So basically the theory here, right, is that the Illuminati is like this world leaders come together and make decisions, right? That's like the conspiracy. And I do think that there was some sort of camaraderie between people at some point. But this looks like way before any of us were even alive. Like a long periodically a time ago, babe. Like it's given Jurassic Park, mama. Like it's very, very old. The dinosaurs are shaking. Like that's what it's giving me. It's like maybe a long time ago there was. The problem here is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. It makes me feel like money changed the direction of what it was supposed to be. Yes, Tower. Destruction, chaos, death, and then, which is a rebirth, and the Knight of Cups. So to me, it looks like perhaps what we deemed the Illuminati once was some sort of togetherness, meeting of the minds. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, what's that? Eyes Wide Shut tease. Like, it's like, okay. You know, like the Renaissance era where like there was a bunch of like artists and really talented people that were like underground and like they had to like meet together, or like, you know, like people who were gay in the back days, like they had to be secretive and meet together. What I'm feeling is like people who are very unique and extremely talented or creative meeting in secret places to express their ideologies. Like maybe a philosopher before philosophers were philosophers, or an artist before that was really a thing. Like think of it like the expert in every group coming together to kind of be creative and come up with ideas and solutions. It doesn't feel to me like whatever energy I'm picking up on, and I don't know what I'm picking up on, I'm just telling you what I'm picking up on. It could be Illuminati, could not be. I think this is that was the intention that was set though, so I think it is. It just reminds me of like we're all getting together and we're gonna figure out like where we're headed. Like I see it as a meeting of the minds more than a meeting of control, if I'm being honest with you. And then it seems like at some point it became about money, and it became about like, think of it like greed. And that's where it kind of fell apart. And it was like, this was about enlightening people and sort of inspiring people and figuring out like where we can go with society. And then it just turned into, how can I throw my dick around with all my money? That's what it reads as to me. So we have the Three of Wands here, the Chariot reversed, and the Five of Pentacles. To me, it looks like there must have been a splitting at some point of this group to where it has like the people who wanted power and control and wanted money versus the people who were creative and wanted enlightenment. It looks like there was some sort of split at some point. That's what the Three of Wands indicates. It looks like there was someone who came in who was very charismatic at some point and was like, we're going to do this instead. It reminds me of American Horror Story Cult a little bit too. Like it's like weird. Anyways, that's what it seems like to me. Yeah, because I'm seeing like this is like it's like this would be like at an event, like a very fancy dinner, and the Four of Cups is like apathy. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. This isn't what it used to be. And then we have the Four of Wands, the environment. Yeah, this isn't what it used to be. These dinner parties we used to have, they were a lot different. Now it's just about people, sort of trying to make money or control or whatever. So to me, it seems like there was like a change of the intention here. I also feel like King of Cups reversed. Queen of Cups, yes. I feel like Strength card. There's a very, very prominent couple. King and Queen of Cups. I guess that could be... sometimes it's water signs, but to me, it's more so that they're together. The King is reversed and the Queen is upright, which makes me feel like the King here... The King is the one that wants the corporate greed, basically, energy. The King carries on the legacy of the corporate greed. The Queen carries on the legacy of the enlightenment and the creativity. Star. Attention, celebrity. We have the Strength card too, holding tightly. Okay, we're in the future. Well, the modern. So there has to be some sort of couple here. And this is giving me it's giving like 2009s. There has to be a couple here, and it does look like it is a celebrity, or at least someone that's popular. And it looks like these people wanted to carry on legacies of things they've seen previously. So it looks like this couple was inspired by what the Illuminati used to be. And so do I think that there's I'm going to re-pull for some of the other things, but do I think that this is like world leaders? No. It looks like there's a celebrity here that wanted to adopt ideologies from this. One is looking at it from a corporation standpoint, from a money standpoint, from a control standpoint. And it's not the world. To me, they're looking at it as like, I want to have successful people in business come together and talk about what we think is best for humanity. I don't see it as, I want us to come together and take over the world. So it does not look like bad intentions to me. It looks like selfish intentions and more greed-based, but I see it more as like a byproduct of what they deem, successful or success or whatever. Now, the Queen of Cups is the one that's coming from the place of like, well, yeah, let's get the creative people. Let's, have the creative people come together and really share ideas and have a renaissance. That's what it is. These two people want a renaissance of society. One wants it from the corporate end, which is what it used to be, and the other one wants it from the creative side. So to me, this is probably why we see Illuminati images and stuff, is because there's some form of this ideology that they're trying to bring back, or at least inspired by the Strength card. They want to bring back old traditions and old energies and old feelings. It's very important for them to have something that they feel like had potential. It's like if you read a book and you were like, we're going to do that too. Now, Temperance being reversed is not super shocking because that's like impatience, which makes me feel like there's a little bit of arrogance there. I see a lot of regretful decisions. Page of Swords. Yeah, it seems like they've made a lot of mistakes. I think a lot of their investments or perhaps their ideas just didn't really go the way they wanted to, or perhaps they weren't really connecting with the right people. So for me, it just seems like your typical failures here in a group. I also think that it's really difficult. Yeah, there it is. So this is another thing. And so this is why I have a very hard time believing in the Illuminati, just in general. So I'm not really shocked by this reading, because when I think of the Illuminati, I think of it logically, right? And if you think of the Illuminati, you mean to tell me that all of the powerful world leaders who are all rich and can do whatever they want, you mean to tell me they all get together and fucking agree? There's no way. Each one of them is going to come to the table and be like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And none of them are going to agree, and they're going to want to dominate each other. I mean, look at what's happening to the world. Okay, think of like the United Nations, mama. Like, it's just not going to happen. So with the Emperor, the Eight of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles here, nobody followed through with what they wanted to follow through with. I actually think someone got one over on this celebrity. I think one of them convinced him to make a bad business decision on purpose for sport. So it just seems like a lot of like cosplay to me, and there seems to be like a lot of, it's like it's just giving me pretend. Like, I don't know, for me, I'm not really super shocked by this, but I'm also not like whatever. Anyways, I don't see rituals, I don't see ceremonies, I see fancy dinner parties. Knight of Swords is upright. Pure intentions here are saving someone. Six of Cups reversed and Seven of Wands. How do we save things that are falling apart? That's the conversation. That's the conversation. I think that's the common ground of whatever this is now. It's like, how do we save things that are falling apart? There's a feeling of like, I want to save, I guess you could put that as humanity, but it's like, I want to save the beauty of the world. Like, I see it as more like environmental, like the beauty, like, because I'm seeing like flowers and stuff. So it's like, how do we keep the green grass green? How do we keep, things sustainable? That's the conversations that I think are being had. This doesn't seem like secret society as much as it just seems like, we should be doing something. That's what I see the focus is. It's so weird because I just don't, whatever I'm picking up on, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know what I'm picking up on, but whatever I'm picking up on is just not really giving me ooky, spooky society control. It's not. It's kind of giving me like, what can we do as independent people and as an independent group? Five of Wands avoidance, Page of Wands. It's giving me, that's my Taylor Swift card. Expressing your truth, King of Wands. That makes me think of singing. Singer, music. Which I know a lot of people think of musicians are in the Illuminati, but no. Four of Swords reverse, Eight of Wands reverse. Oh, got it. Okay. Musicians are slaves to corporate greed and the corporations. Why are they so focused on freeing musicians? What? That doesn't make any sense. I guess it's like, what, like, musicians are not allowed to speak what they need to speak. There's a feeling here of like, why am I getting music and being stifled? I'm also, it's giving. Do you remember how, okay, I'm going to explain to you what I see in my head, and I'm going to age myself here. Do you remember Sister Act? Do you remember how, bear with me, just give me a second. You remember how Whoopi Goldberg's character hides in the nunnery, right? Or whatever it's called, in the convent, whatever it's called. And she like teaches them to sing. Why do I feel like that's what's going on? Like, give me say what I need you to say, do what I need you to do, because we need to make more money. Remember, it goes back to the beginning, which is enlightenment, which is like creative people pushing their creative narratives, and then corporate greed pushing them to not do that and just to make money. And so we're back there again with this, which is like, how do we get artists to be able to speak their mind? We can't, because there's threats of plants, like planting someone, like industry plant, like do this or we'll replace you with this person. And to be honest with you, I feel like there's like a very big kickback. Like, I don't know why it makes me feel like creatives versus business. Like I'm just getting like very, like, you remember when Dr. Luke just like came out with a bunch of other artists really quick when all the Kesha stuff was happening, which, by the way, y'all want me to do a reading on that? I feel like I need to do a reading on that. It just, to me, it feels like so difficult, because I'm like connecting like past stuff and like it's like timeline jumping. It's just like, I'm going to replace you with someone else. And like, it makes me feel like it makes me feel like people in the industries can't trust other artists because they don't know who's a real artist and who's a plant. Like, who's a real artist and who's someone that will do anything to be successful. So that's what it feels like. And it feels like for some reason they want creatives to be the voice. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I'm sorry if this is crazy and weird. I don't know what I'm getting. That's just what I'm getting. Okay, 10 of Cups is reversed. Hierophant is reversed, and King of Swords is reversed. Okay, so their focus is on the youth. They're breaking traditions of family values, breaking the traditional barrier of youth. There's conversations about school being had. The school system. There's conversations about breaking the way school works. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, how children are taught, what they're taught. How can we nurture creative children? Because creative children need a different upbringing. You remember how like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, they like talked about how they parented their children differently, and they ended up being super creative. There's a conversation that's being had about that. How do we individualize teaching for children based off of their talents and skill sets? That's another conversation that I see being had with these creative enlightenment type of people, is like, are they supposed to go through creative schooling, or should they be going through something else? Because 5 of Swords is like issues with the details, Queen of Wands reversed, and the 3 of Cups reversed, which to me is like other people not only stifling, but like the jealousy that people have, or the negativity, the comparisons. Like, I'm comparing myself, like, you know, when an ADHD person is comparing themselves to a regular, like, sort of minded person, and they're like frustrated at the fact that they're not the same, or even someone who is like, on the spectrum comparing themselves to like a regular, you know, thinking person or whatever. It's like, it's not fair, because you're not given the same tools. The definition of fair is not everyone gets the same thing. It's that everyone gets what they need to succeed. So that's like the conversation that's being had here. So this, whatever this is, it doesn't really feel ominous as much as it feels like, how can we push this narrative? So to me, this just looks like a meeting of minds. I'm not getting like ominous control. I will say though that the corporate side of this likes propaganda. That I am convinced of, because they like to plant people, they like to fake things. There's a corporate side of this. The corporate side of this battle that we're seeing loves propaganda. The 9 of Swords, I want you to make you think. I want you to overthink. The 9 of Pentacles, I want to make more money. And the 8 of Cups, I want to walk away from this. And to me, that's like hiding your hand, walking away from something, hiding your hand. So I get what I want. I have the control. The Ace of Cups is reversed. I can break up people's connection to you. I can make people hate you. Yes, the Judgment card here is reversed. The Queen of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles as well. So to me, that's like, I can embarrass you publicly. I can ruin your career. Queen of Swords, say and do what I say. Read from the script. So for me, I think a lot of the stuff we see about Illuminati, I feel like a lot of that is a lot of propaganda that is pushed from corporations to scare people. To me, this looks like more of enlightenment and more of a meeting of the minds and creative. That's what I see. I could be wrong. I could do another reading on this to try to get more specific if you guys have more questions. So let me know in the comments down below. whatever, we'll see. I mean, if you guys like this tip, there's a link to my people down below. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Antphrodite. I have been doing vlogs on TikTok, and I've been really active on there, so check that out. And until next time, bye guys.